What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me, but I just got home off of an early morning flight, right? First thing through the door, I want to see my family. I love my family. You know, I'm a family man. I'm an advocate for families, right? Second thing, I got to get that hot shower because I got to throw the threads on. The threads make me feel like $1,000,000, but the third thing through my mind and all throughout the trip is that I gotta have that Teej pack. Teej makes my life uncomplicated. It's uncomplicated skincare for men. The first way that I started specifically was their level 1 system. It's a daily face wash to get rid of the dirt and grime on your skin. 2 times per week exfoliating scrub to get rid of the dead skin cells. An AM moisturizer with SPF 20 because you should always be protecting your skin from the sun, and a PM moisturizer to help your skin stay hydrated and healthy throughout the night. Here's the thing. My favorite part about Teej Henley is that every box comes with an instruction card that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. They really making the process of achieving and maintaining amazing skin for men uncomplicated. In addition to amazing skin, members of Teej Henley get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off the retail price, the ability to customize your box, exclusive monthly deals, you can pause and cancel at any time, and you get free shipping. And because Teej Henley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers an amazing deal, right? Just click the first link in the description and you get 30% off your first box, plus a free gift. It's an amazing deal. You got to get started today. You're not out here trying to look like a Dusty. And if you travel as much as I do, which I'm sure most people don't, but you know me, I'm pushing my bag chasers in order to be in the top 5%, top 10%, top 1%. We got to make our lives uncomplicated, and Teej Henley is no better product. You got to look good. You got to smell good. And you can't be looking like a Dusty. Make sure you get started today. Click the link in the description. Get that Teej pack. Feel the Teej, my friends. What up? Back in the studio. No accidents today. What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate y'all for continuing to rock with me. It is Tuesday, August 29th, 2023, year of our Lord, and I got a jam-packed, action-packed show for y'all today that allows for us to navigate around so many different subjects, including the money, including social issues, including different contracts that we can break down so that we can understand and get more insight on what it is that you need to do in order to be successful. Also, on top of that, we also want to tackle some social issues and definitely want to highlight what's going on around and in America. Shout out to you guys. I appreciate you for continuing to rock with me last night. I know somebody be asking me, it'd be some people that text me and ask me and they say, yo, how do you have so much energy throughout the day? You live streamed last night, you work all day, you're back and forth from the studio out to the crib, you're a father, you all of that. This is what we do. This is what we do as men. It largely goes unappreciated. I know a lot of y'all are just getting ties for Father's Day. They give y'all a pair of socks and they think that it's cool. They're not going out of their way to make sure that they acknowledge you every day. But let me make sure that I acknowledge every individual man that's out there making it happen on a regular basis. Again, every individual that is out there getting it, taking care of business on top of their grind, whether you're single, whether you're in a relationship, whether you're married, you're a father, you're not, you're taking care of your business on a regular basis. I know that you are one of the people that contribute to what it is that we're doing that's great for society and you add value. Let me first start by acknowledging the people that actually add value into society and my guys. Shout out to all of my great men that's out there. Listen. Your chick probably didn't acknowledge you this morning. She didn't even give you a kiss on the way out the door. She just acted like she was still asleep. She acted like she was still asleep and she heard you leaving out the door. She didn't run up to give you a kiss. She didn't run up to give you a hug. She didn't make you a lunch last night in order to make sure that you was good. She said, oh man, he got it. You know what I'm saying? She don't appreciate you, but let me help you to understand something, fam. If nobody appreciates you, you are appreciated here on the Millionaire Morning Show. Yo girl, yo kid act like you owe them. They cuss you out like they paying bills every day. Sometimes you be trying to understand, what is this woman doing every day Is she teaching this kid any manners? But let me help you to understand something. You are appreciated over here at the Millionaire Morning Show. Your boss think that he owned the company, and so he guarding your promotion like a hound dog, and you got to do what you got to do every single day. But you don't complain about it. You get up, you grind, you do your job. You don't make any excuses for what it is that you do, but you're going to continue to level up because you got some things going on outside of there, and you're a part of the Patreon, and you understand that, hey, listen, just because they're not giving me a promotion here don't mean that they're not going to pay me to go somewhere else. You are appreciated. Your mama, right? She think that you supposed to pay her bills. She had you so that she can have some slaves. She thought that you was gonna be a son husband for the rest of your life. You not. You not. You gonna have to address that sometime shortly, but don't worry about it. We gonna get there. You are appreciated over here at the Bag Chasers. Hey, everybody in the chat, let me get a health check. Let me get a mental health check. Let me know how you feeling. One word in the chat. Let me know how you feeling today. Are you excited? Are you under duress? Are you having issues? Are you feeling a certain type of way? Are you still sleepy? Are you dragging? Are you motivated? Give me one word in the chat to let me know what exactly you feel right now. I see Tree said it's amazing out here. Amazing. Azriel said, good morning. We going to Jupiter said, hungry, focused, here, powerful, hyper, amazing, great, excited, okay, great, Jim, focused, grateful, blessed, decent, hungry, overwhelmed, lockdowns, down, victorious, allergies, targeted, relaxed, wonderful, blessed, and different, hungry, born day. Happy birthday to you, family. Sleepy, grinding, extraordinary, drained, blessed, chilled, steady, prime, tired, but we up, blessed. I love being blessed. Happy, great, struggle, amazing, nervous, blessed, focused, inspired, blessed, good, motivated, recovering. Drama, we don't like that. Winning, working, fat. Yo, wild. Motivated, futuristic, opportunist, focused, Gucci, swole, savage, poor, not poor, rebuke poor, sleepy, chaser, surviving, wealthy and healthy. I like that. Patient, progress, good, ready, marvelous, inspired, adjustments, hungover, super focused, preparing, peaceful, grinding, ambitious, humbled, focused, high capping. I don't know what high capping mean. Recovering, refreshing, fatigue, free, determined. Listen, I love it. I love it. I like it. I like the good and the bad because it rains on the just and the unjust. And I want y'all to understand that even if you feel in a certain type of way that's not necessarily in a positive space, it's okay for you to feel a certain type of way. It's okay for you to feel that way. You know why? Because it doesn't mean that that's how your day gonna end. By the end of this morning show, my goal every day, I do a mental health check. I check to see where y'all at. I want to know what y'all mindset is. By the end of this show, I want you to forget what you felt when you came in the door if it was negative, and I want you to be in a positive space. Let me say it one more time. Some of y'all don't even recognize that by the time you get done laughing and rolling over because Anton is making fun of himself, or he's laughing at what it is that people is going through, or I motivate you, or I give you something good, at the very least, let me just get a like for the YouTube algorithm, because at the end of this show, every day, my goal is to make sure that you forget where you were as far as in that negative space so that you can be motivated to continue to push and be great. That's my goal. That is my goal every single day. I want to educate you. I want to entertain you. But more importantly, I want to give you that thing that you need in the inside to get you through your day. And that's why I will never miss on the Millionaire Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 10:45 a.m. Eastern, every single day. I'm telling you, bro. When I got into that accident yesterday, the only thing I can think about, I wasn't even thinking about myself. I was thinking about y'all. I said, oh, man, I can't have my people missing out. Oh, man, I can't have my people not getting through their day. They need this. They need this motivation. There's somebody somewhere that's going to be negative in their space. Somebody somewhere is going to try to discourage them. They got to go home and deal with that monster that they got to lay next to every day. Somebody is dealing with something. Let me give them something. God, let me get back to wherever it is that I need to do this live stream at so that I can make sure that I can add value into these people, because they need something to help them get through the day that actually motivates them and puts them in a positive space every single time that they wake up. It's hard. I understand. It's hard. Sometimes you wake up and it's like Groundhog Day. Sometimes you wake up and you look at the person next to you and they breath be stinking and they ain't even brushed their teeth last night or today or when they woke up this morning. And sometimes you just be like, I don't even know why I'm doing this. God, what the hell is going on? But you got a purpose. You got a reason for being here. You just got to be a little bit more intentional. We going to mine that out. It's not going to come overnight. It's not going to come in one session. It's not going to come in one morning show. It's going to come over a period of time of readjusting how it is that you think about and how it is that you perform throughout the day on a daily basis, and we're going to re-engineer. We're going to re-engineer exactly what it takes in order to be successful, and it comes over a period of time. You've been programmed every single day. You've been programmed your entire life to think negatively. I'm going to help you out today, right? I'm going to help you out today. You've been programmed your entire life to operate with a duress mindset. Some of our women, they've been programmed by their mothers and their grandmothers and their environment and their society and their neighborhood and their culture and the music. You've been programmed day after day for 18, 20, 30, 40, 50 years to think that that is your norm that you operate in on a daily basis. And I'm telling you that that is not true. You and I are not joined here together today because I'm just here for entertainment. You and I are joined together so that I can undo all of the things that that's been done to you, and it's not even your fault. I'm going to extend you some grace today because you know that I believe in being accountable for your actions and that we have to hold each other accountable, including ourselves, in order to get to the next level. But here's the other side of that conversation. I'm extending you some grace. Just because you have to be accountable for where you at does not necessarily mean that it's your fault. Just because we're holding you accountable for where you're at doesn't necessarily mean that it's always your fault. Sometimes it's been programmed into you and you didn't even know about it. And now that you're getting the information, the reason why it's important for you to hold yourself accountable is because it allows for you to pull yourself out of it. We don't hold you accountable just because it's fun. We don't hold you accountable because we always believe that it's your fault. We hold you accountable because we know that it's the thing best for you to get to the results. The only thing that matters is the results at the end of the day. So I can make you feel good about the circumstance that you win so you can continue to stay there, or I can give you that uncomfortable truth that allows for you to then look at yourself and say, I'm not supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be in a completely different space in my life. And it's time for me to re-engineer exactly how it is that I see things so that I'll have a different perspective and I'll go about doing things differently from here on out for the rest of my life. And it's going to be hard. Sometimes you're going to relapse. Sometimes you're going to fall back into that space. It's going to be somebody that pissed you off and you're going to be absolutely incensed and you're going to forget everything that I told you on the Millionaire Morning Show, and then you're going to come back to the front of the congregation in the morning and we're going to have this conversation over again and we're going to beat this shit into you. And we're going to do it again, 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 and we're going to do it again. But the reason that we're doing it is because it doesn't happen overnight. If they programmed you for the last 30 years to think one way, I can't do it in 30 days. It's going to take at least a 90-day period. You can't even get a job and then get the benefits without being there for 90 days. I'm telling you, give me 90 days and I'll give you a lifetime. Give me 90 days in order to create a habit, to unlearn and break all of those things that you thought was normal so that you can find and normalize what you think and make sense of it. I'll give you a lifetime. You had 30 years to do it your way and it didn't work. You had 30 years to do it your way and it didn't work. Come on, y'all. I didn't even know what I was going to say. I have no clue. And that is the God's honest truth on my father's grave, that I have no clue what I'm going to say when I jump on this microphone in the morning. I plan as far as the different things that I want to use as props in order to better illustrate or give you a visual reference as to what it is that I'm going to talk about as far as the different stories that we talk about. When I jump on this microphone, often at times, 99% of the time it's improv. I don't know what I'm going to say, but I'm going to tell you this. If you gave it 30 years and you listen to your mama and you listen to your daddy and you listen to your friends and you listen to the music and you've been programmed for 30 years, I'm asking you to give me 90 days to undo with all of that bullshit that you've been learning for your whole life, because it's another side of it. It's sweeter on this side. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. But as you fail forward and you become more successful in what it is that you become intentional at, because It is a programmed thing. Everything that you've learned, the language that you're talking to right now, us being able to communicate right now, it is a learned behavior. It's a learned behavior. So what I'm telling you is that your circumstance is not what it is that you're supposed to be in long term. This is just a short term situationship that allows for you to be able to level up, and God had to take you through something in order for you to really be able to get to the space that you're supposed to be, because you was not going to do it on your own. You were not going to do it on your own at all. None of us do. Sometimes we all need that person in our life to tell us the truth, even if we don't necessarily like it. Majority of you people in here today found me because it was something that I said that made you uncomfortable and you hated me as a result of it. But for some reason, you can't figure out why it is that you couldn't turn me off. Why you kept clicking on my video, why you sitting here on this live stream right now, why it is that we having this conversation right now. How did I find myself listening to a dude from Detroit that got a hat on that was given to him from a bag chaser and is ultimately leaning into the thing that he's telling me that allows for me to become the better version of myself? Why am I then making adjustments so that I can get the best out of my situation as far as marriage? Why do I even why am I letting this guy, this black guy with a beard on, that I was looking for a white man with white hair so that he can give me some form of motivation, but sometimes God said, I'm going to give you what you need from who it is that I feel like you should have, because he gives you preachers and teachers after his own heart, not what it is that you think it makes sense as far as the form that it's supposed to come in. Sometimes it's something that's nagging on you when you can't understand why you can't get that thing off of your shoulder. Well, it's somebody and it's a principality and it's a spirit that's tapping on your shoulder and it's trying to help you to understand that you are not your circumstance, you are not your neighborhood, you are not the culture in which the thing that they tried to program into you in order to operate under duress. You are not your job. You are not the position that you are in right now. Your job is not your purpose. That is something that is man-made, that somebody made up in order to try to keep you bound so that you can continue to do the thing that's not in your best interest and enrich somebody else. That is not you. You are not the title. I don't care how high the title is. Oh, I'm a cloud engineer. I'm a C-suite level executive. You are not that. You are something that is entirely different, entirely greater than your circumstance or the box that they try to put you in, no matter how sweet it is. You know why they call it golden handcuffs? When you get to a certain level inside of corporate America and you can't let go, you can't walk away, you can't continue to advance because you're stuck in that space. You know why they call it golden handcuffs? It's because they keep you locked in. You know why they keep trying to get you to have children out of wedlock? Is because they need more slaves in order to do the things that they don't want to do on a daily basis. And so it's easy for you to become a part of the matrix. It's easy for you to start to continue to believe because they beat it into you. They programmed it into you. They did it in college. They have these indoctrination camps. They have these agendas that they're pushing into you. And I'm trying to unlock your mind, but you can't see it because you're so focused on the thing that you've been programmed to believe your entire life. It doesn't seem real. You have to step on some form of faith. You have to believe in something that you've never seen before in order to get results that's not even there for you right now. You can't get to the next space in something that you've never experienced before without believing in something that you've never seen. How can you get there if you don't believe it? You've never seen it. You've never experienced it. You never touched it. You have never had that type of money in your hand. How can you believe that you can make $100,000 in a month if it's unrealistic and you've never actually seen it happen? You've never seen $100,000 in your life before. If you've never seen this type of money, if you don't know what $1 million look like inside of your bank account, how do you then believe that you can get there if you've never experienced it? It takes a level of faith. But for some reason, you have faith that you can find that man. You got faith that you're going to be able to find that chick. You got faith that you're going to be able to get to your job every day. And it's no guarantee that you're going to be able to get from point A to point B. That's why it says live every single day as though it's your last. It's a reason why you are where you are right now, having this conversation and listening to me and then sending this out to a friend or a family member to help them to understand that their circumstance and a situation and a place that they're in right now is not what it is that they're supposed to be in long term. This is a temporary situation for you to have long-term success. But the first thing that you got to do is you got to unlock your mind. You got to unlock the space that you're in right now. You are not where it is that you are. You are not where it is that your friends is designating for you to be. You are not where it is that your parents said that you were supposed to be. You have a greater calling than what it is that you are in right now. And you can't get there until you unlearn this bullshit and you believe even a little bit. The faith of a mustard seed, and then the faith without the works is dead. Unless you believe where it is that you're supposed to be, you'll never actually get there. When you gonna start opening up your mind to the possibilities? Because all you're doing is closing yourself off to your opportunities. I'm not this smart. I'm not smart enough to be able to communicate to you the way that I'm communicating to you right now. Every day when I wake up in the morning, I say, God, give me what it is that I need in order to get the people where it is that they're supposed to be. I'm not smart enough to be able to communicate to you like this right now. I know it seems like I am, but I've lived my life based off of what God has directed me to do. And that's why I say that your purpose is revealed to you. It ain't even for me to tell you. I'm just going to give it what it is that you need. It may not even be 99% of y'all that actually take this message seriously. It may be one person that unlocks and says, you know what? You fucking right, and I got to move a little bit differently. I'm not smart enough to communicate with you like this. It's people that are much more successful. They can communicate much more effectively. They smarter, they taller, but this is just a small snippet. Listen, I'll go as far as to tell you this. This is what I know for sure. Every last one of you are supposed to be more successful than me. It's not that far-fetched. The reason that God gave it in the package that he's giving it to you right now as far as me is because I'm an example as to where it is that you can be when you apply yourself. And there's no reason that you, being more talented, smarter, wiser, taller, faster, cuter, doper, can communicate more effectively than me, have all the inherent tools and the talent that I don't have, is no reason why you should not be beating me in every single aspect of life right now. And the only difference is that I'm intentional. I understand that it's not based off of where it is that I am, but it's based off of the effort that I put in and the fact that I'm open to the possibility of going to other places. That's the only difference. The only difference. You didn't get it from the fucking rock. He's not sitting here talking to you on this platform right now because you wouldn't even believe that it was possible. It would be so far-fetched for you to actually get to that space because you look at the package and you disclude yourself and you wouldn't even think it was possible. It's a reason for that. It's a reason why you look at people as your idol because you don't believe it's possible and you think that they're a god. You're a god. You're a king. You're a queen. You just have not realized it yet. You haven't had the right person to unlock it as a result. When you gonna wake up? When you gonna wake up? When you gonna start embracing your God-given right to actually take the throne of whatever it is, and you have your own throne, you running your own race. It ain't based off of a comparison to other people. It's based off of where it is that you're supposed to be. You know what you're supposed to be doing. You know you ain't supposed to be in that space that you're in right now. You know you ain't supposed to be under duress. God did not want for you to be under duress. He do not put his people in a space to where they're not supposed to be great. He may take you through something so you can learn a lesson, but that is not where your inherent place is supposed to be for the rest of your life. That is not your destiny. That is not your fate. When we gonna wake up? When we gonna wake up? When you gonna wake up and realize that that small little place that you in is not where you're supposed to be long term? Let's get to the show, y'all. Make sure you hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications. I'm about to knock down these super chats from the early people that absolutely positively hold me down because you know I do not ask for it, but I absolutely appreciate it. So I have to acknowledge everybody that contributes over into the platform. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you guys. Let me acknowledge a couple of the people on Cash App. Thank you, Tommy. Tommy sent over the 20 ball. I appreciate you. Also, my dog, Mike, that dude, held me down. Thank you for the 10 ball. I appreciate you, Mike, that dude. Jared Rankin is in the building. Thank you, Jared, for holding me down with the 5 ball. I absolutely appreciate you too, my friend. Let me acknowledge some of the super chats, and then we're going to get started with the show. The Fade Doctor ET says, don't bring that lion ass Nigerian on the panel anymore like you had on last night. It was a great show last night. If y'all have not restreamed it, go over to the Anton Daniels channel. Make sure you subscribe, hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, and then watch the show that me and Q did last night. Is it 3 years, 5 years, or what? Man, was he butt riding, shaking my mother effing head. Shout out to the Fade Doctor. I appreciate you, Fade Doctor, for being in the building. Hold on one second. Hello? I'm sorry, who is this? Oh, hold on one second. You know I live my life like an open book. Hey, Robert, you said you got the my Chevy Impala?
Yeah, you're right.
So, ooh, my baby.
Yeah, looks good, perfect condition. So, I speak with the driver. He's en route to your place, and you can expect him arriving today around like 2:30 p.m., something like that.
Oh, wait. You delivering my car at 2:33 p.m. today?
Yeah, exactly.
Woo! Okay, bet. All right, that's cool.
Yeah, we picked up the car yesterday, so we're fast guys, so we're trying to make it the best. So you will see your car around 2:30 today, and I'll give you a call like 30 minutes before arriving. Good.
All right, listen. That's a bet.
Yep.
You know what? I crashed the car yesterday, so I need to be able to get a new one today anyway. I love it. I will see you at 2:33 o'clock. Call me before you get there.
Okay, no problem. Will do. Thank you.
All right, my friend.
Thank you. Bye.
We got a show to do. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I did. I ordered a 1996 Impala with minimal miles on it, hardly no miles on it. It is my dream car. I've been chasing that car since I was in high school. Yes, I did. I ordered it from Rolling Museums. Shout out to, see how God work? You see how God work? Yeah. All right, listen, we got a show to do today because we got to get out of here. I got to be able to go and get my Impala. You know what I'm saying? I dropped the Porsche off to the dealership in order for them to be able to get that fixed yesterday. So we got the insurance company on that. We got the Impala coming in today. We always got content in order to be able to kick it. You know what I'm saying? So I got it from Rolling Museums down in Alabama. So shout out to them, my people down there. I paid cash. I sent them the wire. Yes. It is going to be a great show. Let me acknowledge some of these super chats so we can get it popping. Shout out to my dude, Class E Beats. It's going to be a great day. Shout out to my dude, Class E Beats. Says the daily inspiration is always appreciated, AD. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you, Class E Beats. I appreciate you, big dog. Everybody know about the Marauders and the 96 Impala. Dope cars. Wealth building journey in the building. So that's a good idea as far as tracking metrics. Doing a wellness checkup of the people before the show starts and right before the show ends. Shout out to you. I appreciate you. My dog Aaron is in the building. Says, did you hear about the VFX workers who are preparing to unionize and possibly strike with the actors and the writers? I am not familiar with it. Send it to me in the email, Aaron. You know I love you, big dog. P. Shank is in the building. Says, good morning. Anton woke up at 3 a.m. and feeling fatigued. I will be drinking plenty of water and walking on my break. You got it, big dog. I think that you're going to be okay. We're going to get motivated. I didn't even go to bed till 3 a.m. and I was back up at 5:30. I said, I got to go cook up for my people. Aaron says, I think I know the answer to this. I'm offered another level up at work, but I'm being told that I have to give up other projects, internal research and development to get it. I really love that work. Should I give it up? I think that you should be giving it up if you're offered a promotion and a level up. You have to let something go in order to open up the possibilities. So absolutely. Just because you love it does not necessarily mean that it's going to pay for it, right? You are not your circumstances. You are going in a different direction. You need to be open to the possibilities. Shout out to you, Aaron. I appreciate you, big dog. That is a great question. And that does not mean that you should close your options for getting another position outside of the company also. Because remember, they'll pay you to leave more than they will pay you to promote you. Alvin S. is in the building, says, blessings, OG, the AD, you preaching real good out here in these streets. Shout out to y'all. Also, Kwaku Boting says, morning, sir. Morning, sir, Anton. This is my first ever super chat. You are preaching, my Lord. You are preaching. Been tuning into your show from the UK every weekday. My mindset is completely shifted. God sent. Shout out to my Patreon members. Make sure that y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Also, that Teach Hanley 30% off your first order plus a free gift. Shout out to Twisted Pup TV. Said, this is why I'm here, fam. Hey, Twisted Pup hold me down both here and on the Anton Daniels channel. I appreciate everybody for rocking with me. Thank you, my friend. Midas the Stallion is in the building with the 20 ball. Shout out to you. I appreciate you for the 20 ball. Blaze Skywalker is in the building. Says, what up, Anton? A chick I've been talking to for a couple of weeks told me last night that Dr. Umar smashed her and they're still friends. I'm not going behind that dude. Oh, Jesus. Not King Kong consciousness. The Prince of Pan-Africanism, right? Profit over pussy. Not that dude. Not profiting over pussy or whatever it is that he be saying. No, don't follow up behind him. Kojak says, welcome to the Impala gang, bro. I've been a proud member since 2008. Shout out to my dog Kojak. Been knowing this dude since high school. High school in the building. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get back into the show. We got a lot to cover before I go ahead and go and get my Impala. Mask mandates. So this was first brought up to me from Rita. So Rita said, Anton, because you know she into all things nursing or whatever. And so Rita says, Anton, did you know that they're saying that there's another version of the vid that's coming out that's much more powerful, that's going to require for people to get mask mandates and get that back up and running again in the government? Do you think that everything is going to shut down? I said, hell no. Hell no, that it's not going to shut down. Let me go ahead and give y'all an update straight from the sources so y'all can understand what's going on. Again, make sure you tap into the Patreon. Also, hit a like for the algorithm. Let's rock out, y'all.
COVID cases are on the rise across the nation and in our area, which means something many of us thought we'd seen the last of is back. Businesses, hospitals, even colleges, including one in our area, reinstating mask mandates. So will there be more to come as we head into the fall? And are people ready to be forced to mask up again? Kendall Green joins us live in the studio. And Kendall, what do health experts have to say about it?
Hey, good evening, Steve. They're saying if you don't have them already, it may be a good idea to stock up. And if you do, keep them handy. With the current COVID trend we're seeing, more mask mandates could be in fall's forecast among companies and colleges. New data shows we're not out of the woods just yet with COVID-19. In fact, the numbers show the last few weeks it's sent more Americans to the hospital, with an increase of more than 20% from last week in deaths and hospitalizations nationwide.
We know that there is a lot of circulating COVID right now.
Dr. Stephanie Silvera, an epidemiologist and professor of public health at Montclair State University, urges caution of the new threat on the horizon. Though the number of cases of variant BA.2.86 are sparse in the U.S., the newest strain is predicted to be the most infectious yet, while it's on the rise in Europe.
There's a growing concern that our current vaccines are not going to be as effective as they have been.
I wonder if if this particular virus, this particular strain, and I'm just talking out loud. Just my thoughts, never mind me. I wonder if this particular strain, let me go ahead and zoom back out. I wonder if this particular strain know that it's election season. What do y'all think? Do you think that this particular strain is aware that it's election season or no? Just curious. Listen. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. You not about to finesse me this time, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you what my thoughts are. Ain't no way in the world that you gonna get and finesse me 2 times. 2 out of 2? Not happening, fam. Not happening, fam. You're not gonna get me twice. No way, no how. Thank you, Diaz. I'm definitely going to be reading super chats throughout the show, but ain't no way in the world you gonna tell me that this thing is a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger and it's continuing to evolve into the hardest strain yet that's now going to require me to walk around like this. What do you think I'm, Darth Vader? You think I'm Darth Vader? Oh, you think that I'm about to be finessed twice because we've been covering Biden and that we don't necessarily agree with the way that he's been managing this country. And now you think I'm going to be walking around like, fool me twice? Nope, not again. But let's hear what they got to say.
In terms of reducing both spread and severity of illness.
Combined with that and rising case counts, companies like California-based Kaiser Permanente mandated its staff wear masks on certain floors of their facility. Closer to home, Upstate Medical University in New York and Rutgers University took similar steps. The epidemiologists in favor of calls for caution considering the newest variant's impact overseas, though fewer cases have been reported in the United States.
In thinking about what is the next step in terms of public health and how to prevent further spread, unfortunately, masking is something that we need to consider, even though most people don't want to.
Some New Yorkers telling Fox 5 they're willing to comply with potential mandates.
Jesus
I don't want to get sick. I like being alive.
Say it ain't so, Freaky Jason. Say it ain't so, Freaky Jason, that y'all are this easily finessed. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Think for yourselves. Start to put two and two together. Start to look at the timing of this thing. Different mandates. Now they already starting to close down the schools. Soon as the kids start back school. My daughter just started back school yesterday. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Are we really doing this again? Tell me y'all not going for it. Tell me y'all not over here getting finesse. It's the young people. It's the black women.
I think that it would be super helpful if it's spreading again to stop the spread.
The mask can either be healthy, so for people who are sick, it can help them, but other people, I feel like it's half.
Dr. Silvera making a bold prediction heading into fall.
I think we may hit a tipping point this fall, especially as students come back to campus, where that masking might be required. And I think the number of college campuses requiring it are likely to increase.
Tell me y'all not this finessed. Y'all not this easily finessed. Come on, y'all. Come on. Come on. Come on back into the plantation. Come on back into the plantation. Let me go ahead and show y'all why the sky is falling. The sky is falling. Tell me y'all not going for it again. Listen, I know there's some people that fundamentally disagree with me about relationships. I'm okay with that. It's some people that fundamentally disagree with me about politics. I'm okay with that. But no matter which side of the aisle that you stand on, tell me that you're not this easily finessed. Not like this. Not like this. Yo, of all the things that we could be distracted about during this upcoming election season, they threw 91 charges on. I have never heard in my entire life of any one individual that gets triple-digit charges levied against them. Al Capone himself did not have triple-digit charges against him, so conveniently placed in multiple different states that's supposed to be draining all of your resources and preventing you from becoming an electable candidate. You cannot tell me, not even a little bit, you cannot tell me in this age of social media that we are this easily finessed. We got inflation at an all-time high, housing crisis, homelessness. Yo, I went on Google Flights yesterday, right? Because that's one of the ways in which I randomly try to figure out exactly where it is that I'm going to go. So I look all across the United States, and this is the God's honest truth. I looked all across the United States. I go on Google Flights, and I'm looking, and I'm like, damn, I can't even take a local flight to go visit anywhere outside of where it is that I'm going to do my Patreon meetup in October. Honest to God. I looked east, I looked west, I looked south. I said, well, I'm not going to go to Houston. They got a syphilis pandemic down there, and I don't want to eat off the same fork as a motherfucker that got syphilis down there. I'm sorry. I'm trying to change my language. God ain't done with me yet. I can't go over to the West Coast because it's absolutely chaos over there in California. Phoenix is burning up. Vegas got a homelessness problem. Seattle is absolutely destroyed. Portland is just a POS right now. Sacramento is the robbing capital of the world. Oakland ain't even got no police department. I said, okay, well, let me go east. East is just absolutely destroyed. Got a migrant crisis over in New York. Philly is just an absolute shithole. I said, okay, well, let me go south. Miami is just absolutely in the toilet. Houston is a piece of shit. Atlanta, you can't do nothing with Atlanta. We all know what Atlanta is. You can't go outside. You might run into a girl, boy. You don't know what the fuck to do. I don't know where to go. I was trying to find somewhere that I can fly to. I said, where is it that we can fly to in the United States of America that is absolutely an opportunity for us to just have some good, clean American fun? No way that the country has just gone into the toilet with almost every single major city POS. Maui is on fire, Clea, Argo, absolute. Can't fly to Hawaii for the winter. I wanted to go to Hawaii for the winter. Can't go to Maui. DC got a homelessness camp right in front of the White House. I said, good grief, Jesus, Lord, be offense. What the hell is happening? And now y'all over here getting finessed again. Meanwhile, let me tell you what your favorite president is doing. Obama's assistant. This is what your federal government is focusing their resources on. I kid you not. This is a real thing. As reported from Fox News. I try to consider all my sources. I looked at multiple different sources. This is a real thing. But Fox News had the best coverage of it. Let me show you.
For more on this topic, let's bring in Tammy Bruce and Richard Fowler, both Fox News contributors. Okay, so listen, we know the DOJ can walk and chew gum. They can do multiple investigations. But Richard, you got to admit the optics of some of the things that they've chosen to expend energy on raise a lot of questions about how they're using their time and resources.
Sure, it does. But I think in this case of Elon Musk, it really does create a larger thing at play. Number one, I think what they're arguing, and let's be very clear for the audience. These aren't folks who have crossed the border illegally. These are folks who have come into this country. They're a refugee. They might be from Afghanistan. They might be from Ukraine. They filed for refugee status. They've been approved for refugee status. They're highly qualified in many cases. They're rocket scientists, rocket engineers. They want to work at SpaceX. And what Elon Musk and his executives are saying is you cannot apply for a job here because we only want to hire Americans, even though they're...
Now, here's the key. Your president, Biden, who passed the infrastructure bill, who is fighting and dealing with inflation, who had all of these people, the alphabet community, and they had a party on the White House lawn where they allegedly also found cocaine and drugs inside of the White House for the first time in our history. He is suing, the Justice Department is suing SpaceX and Elon Musk for prioritizing hiring Americans instead of hiring migrant workers. They are suing. I said, this can't be true. I had to do my own deep dive and my own research in order to better understand what the hell is going on. They are suing SpaceX and Elon Musk because Elon Musk is prioritizing hiring Americans instead of hiring migrants. I've never seen that before in my entire life. No way. No way. No way is this a thing. No way is this a thing. Absolutely, positively, this is your president that you voted for. Love him, embrace him. Embrace the policies, embrace the lawsuits. The Justice Department is literally suing SpaceX for prioritizing Americans over migrants. I cannot make this up. This is a story that you're seeing firsthand on your screen. I know they want to distract you with all of this baby mama talk. I know they want to distract you with all of this stuff that's not meaningful for your life, rap music and all of this, but this is a thing that is happening in your country. It is crumbling. It is folding at the very hands of the people that you voted for in office. This is a thing.
Might not be an American qualified for this position. But beyond that, what we also see happening in Elon Musk's world is that at Twitter, or formerly now called X, is there's also a lawsuit pending around racial and sexual discrimination based on the fact that he laid off more women than men. So it seems to be
there is a lawsuit pending over at what's formerly known as Twitter because he laid off more women than men. I said, you can't make this up, bro. You can't make this up, bro. There is a lawsuit. A lawsuit at his first company at SpaceX because they not hiring migrants. And then another lawsuit over at Twitter because women happen to be the one that got laid off more than men. I kid you not. I kid you not. So let me ask you a question. Would there have been a lawsuit if more men had got laid off over women? Could it be because of the positions that they had was not engineering roles, which is the things that we talk about that men are more suited for and what they tend to go into inside of these curriculums when they go to college? Could it be that Twitter didn't need 6 masseuses? This is insane, bro.
Pattern around Elon Musk that is quite problematic given the fact that the U.S. government relies on him way too much for space travel as well as charging stations. So there's a lot happening here, Shannon, to say the least.
There is. And as a former labor and employment attorney who dealt with all these discrimination cases and all these kinds of things, they're very messy and they take a lot of time. And they're allegations until proven otherwise. And, you know, we'll see what a jury has to say on that. In the meantime, Tammy, if the GOP, if conservatives are going to be about rule of law and there are potential legal violations here, why should Elon get a pass?
Well, the rule of law is key. I think what the optics here are very interesting when it comes to the timing with the argument that the federal government is picking and choosing. That no, they're not looking at the Biden situation as an example. Donald Trump, though, has got, 91 charges against him, indicted 4 times. And then a man, Elon Musk, who also challenges the status quo. Did not make a lot of friends on the left when
Azriel says, Anton, it is illegal to discriminate applicants based off of ethnicity or country of origin. It is well known. Interesting. So, are you saying that they should not have laid off of the women based off of the fact that their job, because nobody said why they laid them off. They just said it just so happened to be more women than men. More women was affected during the pandemic than men. We know this, right? Should we not, Azriel, prioritize people based off of the fact that they are American first and not that they're not even legal citizens of this country? So you're telling me, Azriel, that we should make sure, here, let me bring up your chat. I want you to know that I love you, but at the same time, we're going to have this conversation honestly. Are you telling me, Azriel, that you are for Elon Musk prioritizing based off of whatever agenda that's going on, because I have no idea what the hell is going on out in these streets? You are okay with the fact that they are hiring, or that they should hire, let me bring that up. Are you telling me that you're okay with the possibility of them hiring people that are not even American citizens over Americans? And we have record homelessness. We have people every single day talking about how the rent is too high, so on and so forth. Are you telling me that we should prioritize hiring migrants over Americans? Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. You would prefer for him to prioritize hiring people that are not even American citizens over American citizens. Azriel, you know I love you, but you're wrong on this one. You wrong on this one. You are wrong on this, Azriel, and I'm telling you that this is the thing that is wrong with the fabric of this country. We have completely lost our way. We have completely lost our way. Completely lost our way. Completely lost our way. Let me read the super chats and then we're going to move forward. We got a whole show that we got to dive into today. We got a whole show to dive into. All right. Diaz with the 5 ball. I appreciate you. Thank you, Diaz, for holding me down and supporting the platform. Kevin Robinson Jr. says Cold and Flu remix. That's facts. Absolutely fact. Aaron says, as long as they don't force another jab, nope. Shout out to Aaron. I appreciate you. My dog Classy Beat says, I guess they didn't hit their numbers the first go round. Jacob says, trying to set up the mail-in ballot game again. The masks have already been proven that they don't help at all. These are y'all thoughts. I'm just reading them. Pretty Boy says, come to North Carolina, fam. I don't think I've ever been to North Carolina. Maybe I'll make a trip out to North Carolina. That would be dope. Shout out to Pretty Boy 79. I appreciate you. They didn't fool me the first time. No vax here. I got the CV Christmas 2021. I was home for the holidays and got the best rest ever. Shout out to Sportsaholic Gerard in the building. Spaces says, let me see what Spaces says. Spaces says, I didn't even fall for the finesse the first time. Congratulations for you. Black Man Unfiltered, my dog, says the mandates will put a strain on who comes out to vote. The elderly, especially, is a scam. You will see Biden knows it's over. His power has already expired. Don't mean that they're not going to continue to try. Aaron says hiring refugees, non-citizens into SpaceX is a high security risk for the country's national security. Facts. I appreciate you. Thank you, Aaron. Junior VK says, I heard a lot of workers at Twitter were slackers. And you heard correct. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Also, teach Hanley 30% off your first order plus a free gift. We appreciate you. Which story do I want to go with next? Let's go over to San Francisco. Jay Ben, I'm going to be reading that shortly, my friend. San Francisco. So I've been documenting San Francisco. I've decided to lay off Chicago for a while. I ain't even been over in Philadelphia having a conversation. And I decided that I wanted to focus more on what was going on in San Francisco, Oakland, Sacramento, everywhere in California. It's your turn. It's your turn. And one of the reasons why I wanted to have this conversation is because they've had a mayor that's been in office and she's a woman that's been championing and spending more time, in my opinion, on alphabet community issues since 2018 when she got elected. And she's had over 5 years to be able to manage this city more effectively, and it's going down the drain faster than it's ever been before in history. And so these are the things that we need to focus on. These are the people that's not getting all of the feedback. So we know that the Chicago mayor has been on the front of the congregation, and we know we bringing him to the front on a regular basis, and his turn is not up yet. We going to revisit him, right? We know what's going on in different parts of the country as far as holding men accountable, but it's been a lot of people. It's been a lot of people been overlooking the mayors of some of these huge cities that has been falling into shambles, and we have not been bringing these people over into the front of the congregation. But I am going to be your huckleberry. Oh, yeah. I'm going to be your huckleberry. I'm going to be your huckleberry, baby girl. Oh, yeah. And then she got a name to be having, she got the nerve to have an exotic name. Look at the laugh on her face. Look at the smile. Look at the teeth. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We're going to bring them to the front of the congregation today. Make sure you hit a like for the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe to the channel. Shout out to my people over on Facebook. Let's get it popping, y'all. Let's talk about it.
This weekend, San Francisco's downtown Nordstrom store is closing, and that will mean a big financial hit for the mall that's faced multiple store closures during the pandemic.
Yeah, it's a real blow, obviously. And ABC 7 News reporter Luz Pena went to San Francisco Center to speak with employees and to City Hall to ask about the plan to revitalize downtown.
San Francisco's Nordstrom flagship store closes on Sunday, but almost every floor looks empty. A once vibrant store, desolate.
It's half of a mall that's no longer going to be here. I do think.
You know what's amazing to me? You know what's amazing to me? That we've sat here and we've watched y'all, the people that have supported this nonsense, burn this country to the ground long enough. And I think that people are getting tired. They got a flagship store, their flagship store over in San Francisco that's been there for over 3 decades. And it's absolutely being decimated. You got people stealing out of their minds. You got laws that allow for and protect criminals. You have cities that were once thriving cities and a beacon of light for what people wanted to come and visit when they came over into this country, and it's absolutely, positively falling into shambles. It's unfortunate.
I think it might change the businesses. Not as many people are going to be coming here.
What are those?
You can already see it. It's unfortunate.
A blow for the city's largest mall just months after Westfield pulled out from operating the shopping center. This Nordstrom employee who did not want to be identified said foot traffic has already decreased.
It is definitely partially due to the crime in the area. COVID has a big impact on a lot of businesses too.
The latest city data paints a picture of declining business. Sales tax revenue for the South of Market neighborhood the mall is located in has seen a 25% decrease from the first quarter of 2019 to 2023. The city's executive director of the Office of Economic and Workforce Development says the way people shop now has changed, and downtown will also need to change.
What we're seeing out there is that younger people, particularly when they come to the city, they want to see new concepts.
The city's planning store pop-ups in the area, but also has a plan for the mall.
We're hoping that in the short term, we can bring those vendors down to ground floor where they have visibility and access to the public.
One of those concepts is a soccer stadium. San Francisco's Mayor London Breed confirmed the city is still in early preliminary stages, working on a feasibility study in the area.
It's not just a plan for a soccer stadium. It's showing people what is possible. That we're starting to think about what is downtown in light of the challenges around retail.
And to help downtown recover.
That's y'all queen. Yes, I'm gonna be reading that super chat shortly. That is y'all queen. We know that crime is rampant. We know that criminals are running into Nordstrom's and Louis Vuitton and all of these other stores, and they are getting away, and not one person is getting caught as a result of it. We know that a soccer stadium is not going to ever be built in San Francisco or thrive, but they're just throwing the wool over the covers over your eyes and trying to act like, well, we're just showing what's possible. Fam, you're not going to tear down the mall in San Francisco in order to build a soccer stadium. It is not going to happen. It's not going to happen. The fundamentals of a great city. And this is the thing that Detroit finally got right, and why the city is starting to be revitalized and why it's growing so significantly. The fundamentals of what makes a great city is the decrease in crime, great public transportation, and phenomenal schools. You get those things right, you make people feel safe. You give them a place to where their kids is feeling comfortable in order to really be able to thrive. And then you allow for people to get to and from where it is that they need to go. You solve for those things, you start to create a vibrant economy, because the jobs, it'll be easier for you to be able to recruit corporate. You'll be able to recruit people that want to invest in your city. You make it tax friendly. You start to give them incentives. You run the city more effectively. You give the police officers support and the funding that they need in order to continue to fight crime. You put more on the streets. You recruit more effectively. You start to revitalize by then gentrifying and bringing people that otherwise wouldn't have want to participate, and you make it consumer friendly. You make it walkable. You give them public transportation in order to be able to get to and from. And then you take advantage of the cultural norms. And that is the way you start to rebuild a city and start to revitalize it. You don't solve for it by trying to give a study for a fucking soccer stadium. Excuse my French. Those are do I need to run for office? Never. Not even interested. Those are the fundamentals for then creating an environment in which you can market more effectively for people to bring jobs into your city. You have to start with the people. You have to start with the bottom. You have to start with the thing that is trickle-down economics or trickle-up economics when it comes to building the foundation for what a great city could be. You cannot shuck and jive the people. You cannot finesse us. You cannot tell us something that's not true. Meanwhile, she's over there just like this. This is the thing that she's over there selling to the people on a regular basis.
We have found dead bodies. We have found a dead baby in these tents. We have seen people in really awful conditions. I am sick and tired of being sick and tired.
That is a.
So now she's giving us the same talking point. Isn't that something that Michelle Obama tried to highlight like a little while ago? We sick and tired of being sick and tired. When they go low, we go high. Isn't that the same thing? Literally, isn't that the same speech? I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Where did that come from? Right? You can't play both sides. You can't play both sides. We already started having a conversation. See, now I'm one of the very few content creators that's deciding to have this conversation because everybody else is focused on what Brittany Renner is doing and who she twerking on and the rumors surrounding Steve Harvey that add no value into the conversations of what it is that we need to really be focusing on. Yeah, that's cool as entertainment, but until we can actually substantiate that that's true, what is it that we really need to be focusing on? Who's the people that's actually flying under our radar? I will tell you, it is more important to focus on what London Breed is doing versus Brittany Renner over there is doing. I don't care who Brittany Renner is twerking on. I care about what's happening in the fabric of what's going on in the communities. I care about the fabric of what's happening in our cities, the schools that your children are going to have to subject themselves to, whether or not they can walk home from school safely without stepping on a needle in the middle of the street. Don't worry about it. We're going to get there. We're going to get there.
Fiery San Francisco Mayor London Breed, not mincing words there as the city fights a
Look at this. No, look. As they walk, this is a normal street in San Francisco. This is not hitting off in the woods. This is not in somebody's backyard and they having a kumbaya, they having a bonfire together. This is literally a normal thing that you see when you walk down the street. Tent cities. This is an American city, a major American city that used to have conventions and people that visited there in order to see the monuments and walk up and down the street in order to see the trolley. This is an American city that used to be something that we took to heart and we actually valued because it was somewhere that I wanted to visit. I'm not interested in going to San Francisco today.
Ability to clear encampments for the unhoused people that are living on the streets of San Francisco. Thanks for being here on a Wednesday. I'm Julian Glover.
And I'm Kristen Z. This morning, the issue of homelessness in San Francisco is before 3 federal judges. City officials are appealing an order which
Hold on. Back up for 1 minute. Fam, that hairline he got that Rihanna forehead. I love the suit. I love the tie. Looks great. You got a stash, man. Not as much makeup on your face and all of that other type of stuff. But that hairline is gone, man. You need to go and get that LeBron treatment. Go get that Tory Lanez, fam. Pull it back up some, homeboy. But I'm sorry, I don't want to get distracted. Let's continue to go on with what it is that we got to go on with.
Judges. City officials are appealing an order which temporarily blocks them from clearing encampments.
But before the court hearing with major implications, hundreds showed up for a rally over efforts to displace unhoused people. ABC 7 News reporter Amanda Del Castillo is live for us in the newsroom with this morning's debate and development. Good morning, Amanda.
Yeah, Julian, Kristen, certainly a divisive issue. Even those who showed up at that early rally were split. An overwhelming majority of hundreds throwing their support behind the city, wanting the injunction lifted, demanding safer streets. Dozens of others want the injunction to remain in place. Some background: the order is currently keeping the city from clearing encampments as long as the number of people experiencing homelessness is greater than the number of available shelter beds.
There's a court order in place that's basically preventing officials and authorities, a court order and an injunction that has been in place that prevents them from being able to actually address homelessness in the encampments. And so basically what they can do is they can take a tent, take the tent, pitch the tent. Now, if you got a business right there, it doesn't matter. We're going to pitch the tent right there in front of your business, and they can sleep there all day. They can throw doo-doo at each other. You didn't know that San Francisco had a poop problem? A lot of y'all wasn't familiar with that. Were y'all? San Francisco, what is this document? San Francisco has a poop problem. So that means that you as a business owner, let's say you want to go over there and you want to open up a Subway or something like that, right? And you open up a business, or I know my ladies, they want to open up a hair care store, right? And so somebody can just basically go and take their tarp, pitch a tent, take a dump right in front of your business. It's your responsibility in order to clean it up, and you cannot ask them to leave even if they're blocking people from coming in your business. They have a doo-doo problem. I didn't make it up. That's literally what's going on. Seriously, they say that when you walk around in parts of LA, which includes San Francisco and Los Angeles, that make sure that you look down because you may be stepping in poop, and it's not from a dog, it's not from an animal, it is from a human being. I'm telling you the truth. San Francisco has a poop problem. That is real. Y'all think I'm lying. I'm telling you the truth.
Here's where there's disagreement. The city says those on the street won't take the help and are refusing shelter. But the Coalition of Homelessness says that isn't true. Instead, they're claiming the city only has enough shelter beds for half the unhoused population, and that the city is simply marking people down as refusing shelter.
Constitutional right to be on the streets if the city cannot provide housing, if the city cannot provide sufficient services.
There's so many homeless people on the street. It really affecting our city, and business is going down, so affecting everybody's life.
It's unlikely judges will make a decision today. However, many in the community say they are frustrated, angry over what they consider a lack of any action. Mayor London Breed rallied among residents and other city leaders to reverse the injunction.
We are compassionate, we are supportive, we continue to help people, but this is not the way.
Is this y'all leader? Is this y'all leader? Honestly. Is this y'all leader? Is this the thing that y'all supporting? Is this the thing that y'all getting behind? Ladies, did you vote her in? Fellas, is this the thing that you think is rocking out with? Is this y'all leader? London Breed, mayor of San Francisco since at least 2018, running the city into the ground. Running the city into the ground. Let me read some of the super chats and then we're going to get there. We got a lot to cover today. J Ben, my dog, is in the building. Shout out to J Ben. Said that Pfizer stock tanked. So it's the re-up finesse. The Objective Hustler is in the building. Shout out to you with the 2 ball. Says, get my mail book showing my appreciation. Shout out to y'all that's holding me down. I appreciate to all of my people. Yes is in the building. Says, thank you for your advice, big bro. I do HVAC work in Louisiana, and I must say, listening to you has opened my eyes and ears to new heights. Shout out to all of my people that's starting to get that awakening. Hey, you know what? They can't figure out why you guys love me so much. They can't figure out why we be having 2,000 people in here in the morning time. They can't figure it out. They can't figure out why I have the biggest Patreon and why people get so much value into the bag chasers. They say, why do y'all love Anton? Why do y'all support him? Why are y'all so fierce in protecting him? Why are y'all coming after us for even having a conversation about him? Well, they never gonna get it because they truly don't understand what it is that we do here. Shout out to all of my bag chasers. Shout out to Edmund 850 says, good morning, Anton. Hope you and the family doing well. Peace and Pan-Africanism. Peace and Pan-Africanism. To all of you, what do you think of the Lucy Letby story in the UK? Serial killer nurse, prosecuted, killed 9 babies. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Hold on. That's Siri over here acting up. Sorry about that, y'all. Sorry about that. Said, what do you think about Lucy Letby story in the UK. Serial killer nurse prosecuted and killed 9 babies. I'm not familiar with it. I'm genuinely not familiar with it. You got to send it to me. Send it to me inside of my email. Maybe we can break it down. We can kick it. Thank you, my friend. I am not familiar with that. Send that to me. Anton Daniels 413@gmail.com, and then we can get it rocking. Elon Musk has answered that question why he can't hire immigrants years ago. You literally can find a video. Shout out to you. I appreciate you. Thank you for the fireball. Shout out to Rich. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Where do we want to go next? Let's go to the money. Let's talk about the money. Let's talk about UPS drivers. So I've been covering the different unionization efforts in order to make sure that people get as much money as they possibly can, while also being objective enough, especially as a former local 600 UAW member over at the Rouge Complex. Shout out to all of my people, my local 600 people that's watching this. I have been covering all of the unionizations and the efforts and them negotiating and the upcoming auto strike. And I've also covered, shout out to Bilderberg boy, I'm going to be reading that super chat shortly. I've also covered the fact that UPS drivers are allegedly making the equivalent of $170,000 a year in its new ratification, which the Teamsters had put to a vote, and their people, right, the actual members of the union has ratified. So they voted it in, right? Let me go ahead and give y'all a little bit of insight on what's going on, and then I'm going to break it down because I want to break down exactly what the contract is as stated from an actual driver. All right. Again, hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel.
Now you can expect your packages to keep on moving. Just hours ago, UPS workers signed off on a new labor contract, putting the threat of a strike to rest. So here's what's happening. It's a 5-year deal that includes both pay raises for both full and part-time employees. It also includes cost of living raises and eliminates a 2-tiered pay system between new and existing hires.
What is cost of living raises? It's something that we covered yesterday when we were covering the UAW and what it is that they were negotiating with the Detroit Big Three as far as what they wanted raised or what they wanted their raises to be going forward, right? Cost of living, they abbreviate it and they call it COLA. They call it COLA. It's called cost of living raises. It's basically to keep up with inflation so that workers can align with where the cost of the American dollar or the devaluation of the American dollar is, so that their wages more closely align with whatever it is that they actually have to, what their living cost is, okay? So it's called COLA. So basically pay raises for part-time and full-time employees, cost of living raises, elimination of a pay system between new and existing hires. So they want you to come in and make just around the same as much as the people that's already there. And they want some AC in their vans.
Another big win for workers. New vans purchased starting next year will have air conditioning. This is great with all this heat out there. And right now, UPS claims to move about 6% of the nation's gross domestic product, or GDP, each year, delivering more than 18 million packages a day so far this year. So here's the thing. If employees went on strike, this would have been the largest walkout against a single employer in U.S. history.
So let's back up for a minute, all right? Now I want to break it down, and I want to get to the myths and the actual breakdown of what a UPS driver is going to make going forward. That way we can get some understanding if they're really making $170,000 a year as the ratification of this new contract has taken place. Because the process is the company negotiates with the Teamsters union, and it's the Teamsters union that actually represented them. So the company negotiates with the union, and then they both come to an agreement because the union is supposed to represent the best interests of the workers, right? That's why they got the leadership in there. And then they have to bring it back to a vote. So just because they won that concession from the company doesn't mean that the people actually ratify it. And so until the people actually put it to a vote, it doesn't really matter, right? But the people have recently ratified it. And so now, you know me, I like to have some form of journalistic integrity. So now we're going to break down exactly how much these drivers make, and if they actually can get up to $170,000 a year. Shout out to Randy with his baby.
Randy with UPS video.
just first and foremost, thank you all for the love and support. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We are on the journey to 10,000 subscribers. I want to hit 10,000 subs. That is my goal. That would be amazing, guys. But yeah, I can't do it without you guys. Appreciate you guys. But today, guys, we are going to be going over the new pay scale for the regular package car drivers that are topped out. And what I mean by topped out, it means that you have been at UPS and you've been a regular package car driver for 4 years. So that's the minimum to be topped out. So basically, if you've been at UPS for 4 years, you're making the same amount as the guy who's been there for 30 years. Buddy, so I'm in the South, okay? So I'm going to be telling you what I make down here in the state of Oklahoma.
Is this zaddy for y'all? I know a lot of these ladies, they like to get the guy with the long hair and all of that, whatever, so on and so forth. I'm wondering if this is y'all guy. So, long story short, the first thing that he says is, you really only got to be there for 4 years in order to actually top out. You only got to be there for 4 years and actually in order to top out as far as being a driver. If you've been there for 4 to 6 years, then you can start to make just as much as somebody that's been there for 30 years. All right, let's continue.
So currently, right now, we are at $41.51 an hour, guys. I got my little cheat sheet right here, so that's what I'm gonna be looking at this whole time. On a yearly basis, guys, if I work 0 hours of overtime, the base salary is $86,340, and we're paid hourly, guys. But say I work no overtime, I'm gonna put all the numbers right here: $86,340. 5 hours a week of overtime, $102,528. 10 hours of overtime is $118,717, guys.
All right, so that sounds like a pretty decent living, right? The average household income the last time that I checked it was somewhere between $67,000 and $75,000 a year. That's household. That's combined income from everybody inside of the household across the United States. The median household income is between $67,000 and $75,000 a year the last time that I checked it, across the board, right? So obviously it's going to vary different in Mississippi than it is in New York versus California versus Boise, Idaho, okay? And so when y'all say y'all want a high value man, go and get you a UPS driver. No. You want a guy that's out here shaking and moving. You don't want a guy that's out here flicking packages, right? He's saying that basically they're making $41 an hour on a yearly basis. If they never do any overtime, they're going to be making 86 bands, right? 5 hours of overtime on average a week, they're going to make $102,000. 10 hours of overtime, they're going to make $118,000 a year, all right? So that's the current UPS pay scale based off of what it is that this man is communicating to us right now. So now keep this in mind. So actually, let me take a picture of it. So I'm going to reference it when he showed a new thing. All right. So now, when we go over into how much they're going to make based off of their newly ratified contract, this is what it is.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. So once our new contract passes, guys, it'll be towards the end of August. I think it'll pass. So if it passes, these are going to be the numbers right here, guys. We're going to be going up to $44.
So it's already passed. All right.
$26 an hour. You guys can see the base salary now is $90.
So it looked like it went up about $3 an hour on the new pay scale. Now, I don't know if it's a yearly pay scale that continues to escalate over a period of time, but I'm going to pay attention to what it is that he's saying, because it's a lot of myths out there based off of what people are saying that UPS drivers are making on a daily basis, all right?
$2,060. You got your 5 hours a week of overtime, your 10 hours a week of overtime. And this would be for the entire year, so you have to average that. And we can work up to 60 hours a week, guys. There's guys that work literally 55, 60 hours a week, guys. So, yeah, potentially making even more.
That would be me. I would be working 60 hours a week because I think that is the minimum that men should work in order to really be able to make some, especially earlier in your life, in order to make some headway. To kill it. So the pay scale looks like an additional $3 an hour based off of when it goes into effect. The base salary went from 86 to 92. 10 hours of overtime went from 118, and I'm just using my mental math because I kind of remember what it is. 118 to 126 based off of working 10 hours additional overtime. I'm guessing that goes up significantly if you work 20 hours of overtime, all right? Let's continue.
In August of 2024,
Read that
guys,
super chat shortly.
and this is all if our contract passes, guys. Like I said, I think it'll pass, but it could change. But this is just if it passes. So in August of 2024, we'll be bumped up to $45.01.
All right.
Base salary.
So it is. It goes up every single year. So it went from $41 to $45 within 2 years. 10 hours of overtime, you'll be making $128,000 a year.
$3,620. And if we work overtime, guys, there's all the statistics. August of 2025, we are getting another 75-cent raise. We'll be at.
So it go up to $130 with 10 hours average a week of overtime. So let's assume you work 40 hours, then you work 50 hours. You'll basically be making $130,000 a year with 10 hours of overtime. All right.
$45.76 an hour. With a base salary of $95,180, guys. That's pretty cool. Plus overtime, like I said, overtime. We're daily overtime at UPS, guys. So which means, say I work 10 hours on Wednesday, I got 2 hours of overtime that day if I don't work any days the rest of the week still. In 2026, guys, this is when the pay starts going up quicker. We'll be bumped up to $46.76 an hour, which is $97,260 if I work no overtime, guys. I mean, I average about 8 to 10 hours a week of overtime, so y'all can do the math.
So he makes about $133,000 a year or he will be making about $133,000 a year because he's averaging between 8 to 10 hours a week, or 8 to 10 hours a week in overtime. All right. So just off of the base salary, assuming that they don't do any overtime whatsoever, he's basically a six-figure man. Now compare that to what it is that you guys make, right? Now they out there, they getting inside of the truck, they flicking packages, they doing what they do on a regular basis. I'm gonna be reading that super chat shortly. Thank you, Mark. He's basically saying in 2026, just based off of his base salary alone, he's going to be making $97,000 a year with average of 10 hours of overtime a week, $133,000 a year. All right? This is the type of man that y'all would want. Y'all gonna look at UPS drivers a little bit differently when they come up to your house with them hoochie daddy shorts on, and now the fellas is gonna be looking at UPS drivers and saying, "Hey, fam, what you lingering around? You gonna be on your Ring camera and seeing how long your UPS driver linger around when your chick is still at home because she keeps saying that she working from home that day." Now y'all gonna be looking at the Ring camera every time you got a package coming because the UPS man got his hoochie daddy shorts on and he making $133,000 a year in 2026.
Week of overtime, so y'all can do the math. In 2027, guys, we are getting a $2.75 raise. Wait,
base 2027 base, basically 102 bands a year, $140,000 a year working 50 hours. There's people that do way more than 50 hours.
$2.25 raise. I'm so sorry, $2.25 raise. So we will be at $49.01. Which is a base salary of $101,940, guys. That is crazy. If we work 5 hours of overtime every week that year, once we're at that new pay rate, would it be $121,053? If we work
I want to get to the end part. I want to get to his highest level. All right, let me see where that is. Is that still this one? Yeah, that's this one. So 2027, they average hourly, or they base hourly is going to be $102,000 a year. 10 hours of overtime, $140,000. They probably can make up to about $160,000, $170,000 a year. And did you see what his perspective was? He said, "Man, that is crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy," right? And I'm gonna tell you what this is, right? I think that this is awesome. I think that this is great. I think if the company can afford it and this is what the union was able to negotiate, then awesome. Everybody should get their bags. Make sure you're working at least 60 hours a week. Make as much money as you possibly can, but then make sure you're keeping as much money as you possibly can. But here's the other part of the conversation, right? Because I know a lot of people look at this and they say, well, $140,000, $150,000, $160,000, $170,000 is a lot of money. And it is for the regular person. But here's my question. Should you still be satisfied with that amount of money? Should you still be satisfied with that amount of money? He's saying that this is crazy because he's never had this much money his entire life. He's never generated this amount of money in his entire life. Just think about that for a second, all right? I'm not telling you what you should think. I'm not telling you how it is that you. I remember a conversation that one of my mentors when I was younger, I was like 19 years old. And he said, Anton, and he was actually talking to a group of us. He wasn't just talking to me by myself. He said, how much do y'all think is a lot of money? Is $30 an hour, $40 an hour, $50 an hour a lot of money? And we was like, whoa. We was like 18 years old. No, we was actually in high school. We was like, $50 an hour. And we started doing the math, and we was like, and if we could work some overtime with like that. He's like, what if you made $100 an hour? Is it possible for you to make $100 an hour? What about $150 an hour? What about $250 an hour? Our minds couldn't even really fathom the possibility. And that was way in like 1998, 1999. Our minds just couldn't fathom the possibility of making that type of money. It was just like, I'm going to leave that there. We're going to continue this conversation later. Let me read some of these super chats, and then we're going to continue over with the show. Is that Chris Chapman? Let me answer yours first. Chris Chapman says, with the 2 ball, I appreciate you. Said, Anton, what you think about USPS or FedEx? What do you mean, what do I think about it? What do you mean, what do I think about it? USPS or FedEx? I don't know what that means. The United States Postal Service or FedEx? Are you asking me, what do I think which one you should go with? Whichever one pay the most and whichever one give you the highest level of opportunity, but I don't think that you should. Listen, here's my general thoughts. I don't think that anybody should just settle for what their current circumstance is. I think that you should always be having something else in the pot because A, you never want to depend on a company in order for you to be successful because you never know what could happen. You can have layoffs. Some other company can come through and innovate like Amazon, whatever, right? So that's A. B, I think that you should never be satisfied simply because there's always another gear and there's always another piece of the pie that you can take if you then apply yourself or if you then continue to manage your skills more effectively to then be able to level up and go to the next level. So I think that it's awesome for any of y'all to really be able to get to the bag, but I think that you should also be appreciative while also looking at the next opportunity that come along with it. Thank you for the super chat. Bilderberg Boy says Sans Fran is a few steps from the bubonic plague. Shout out to you. I appreciate you, Bilderberg Boy. Jacques Quell says they're doing it for what's to come. Wait for it. Wait for it. Shout out to you. I appreciate you. Mark G says an interview with Saint and the Center would be dope. I actually ran into the Saint Center. Last time I was out in Vegas, me and Rita was out in Vegas, and I was in the Wynn. I think I went into the Wynn because we was going over to the buffet. So you know me, I'm walking past the dice tables. I'm seeing what the opportunities are. I jump on the dice table. I only brought like $1,000 or $2,000 with me to the dice table, and so I was playing. Actually, I was staying at the Vidara, and I had my bi-level suite where I had the upstairs and the downstairs or whatever, and I made a killing. I might have brought home like 40 bands in profit from. Actually, I didn't bring home no profit. Wink, wink. I didn't bring home no profit. But I ran into the Saint Center at the dice tables over there. And so shout out to him. I was in the Wynn. I was going over to the buffet, and he was a really cool guy. So we kicked it. We exchanged information. So, yeah, I haven't really had an opportunity to deep dive into his content per se. But I did run into him, and he seemed like a really cool person in person. So shout out to the Saint Center. Christopher Chapman says, how much are they taking home after all of the deductions come out, like insurance and stuff like that? I have no idea. Shout out to Lori Jeter. I appreciate you, my new people that subscribe to the channel. My new people that subscribe to the channel. I have no idea of how much that they taking out. They say that the average person to make $100,000 on a year is taking home about $67,000 after all of the deductions and taxes. So, you know, make that what it is. DeJean Chen says we deal with a lot of hazmat packages, dangerous packages. Wow, that's pretty interesting. So shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for the super chats. I appreciate y'all. Let's continue to rock out. Let's get over into some more money, right? you know how I like to react to when this is my new thing. This is the new thing that I really love doing, right? Shout out to all of my people on Facebook. Shout out to the almost 2,000 people in here right now. One of my new things that I like to do is I like to listen to people complain, right? Because it helps me to understand what the mindset of those that may or may not be under duress, right? And so, you know, we have these new things and these new trends on TikTok in which people are basically talking about how broke they are, how much rent they have, what their current issue is, how they can't find no men or no women or whatever like that. And so I like to look at that. I like to get some insight into what people are dealing with and what their problems are, right? So I like to react to it in real time. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm. Let's get into the thing.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but outside costs a minimum of $300.
Cap.
Stay home, okay?
Hold on. Before we even get into this, that's Cap. She says she don't know who needs to hear this, but outside costs a minimum of $300. I don't understand this. Y'all don't know how to do stuff for free? Y'all don't know how to do stuff for free? Yo, when I would go out, a lot of times, especially earlier in my journey when I had my daughter in 2008, which was at the top of the recession and stuff like that, even when I was making a whole bunch of money, we didn't always have to spend money when we went out. Yesterday, I went to the grocery store. Yesterday, I went to the grocery store for the first time in a long time. I wound up going inside of Walmart. Can you believe it? I went inside of Walmart like a normal human being. And one of the reasons why I like living where I live, which is in the suburbs, way out in the suburbs, right on the edge of Oakland County inside of Michigan, is because I can kind of be outside being a dusty without worrying about anybody running into me and then they want to flick it up and then I'm looking dusty on the pictures. No, I'm just messing around. I'm always fresh. Fresh to death 100% of the time. Anybody that's ever ran into me, you know that I'm fresh. When I had my car crashed on the freeway yesterday, I was fresh. I was outside, and when I'm in the car, it's a photo shoot. I was fresh. But I went inside of Walmart yesterday, and one of the reasons why I went inside of Walmart is because my daughter, first day of school yesterday, and she wanted me to take her to the store, which I let her drive, obviously, because she has her driver's license now. Crazy. And she said, Dad, I need a specific type of calculator that costs $120. I said, oh my God. Look it up where it's at. Locally, we'll go and pick it up. I said, order it from Amazon. She said, well, it's right up the street at Walmart. I need it tomorrow, Dad. I said, all right, cool. So she jumped in the car. I got in the passenger, and I was really relaxed. She's a really good driver, right? Shout out to her mother for teaching her how to drive and really, pushing her through that. We go in there, we get a calculator, but just like any grocery store, what they do is the grocery aspect of it is a loss leader in a lot of ways because there's not a lot of margin and a lot of room for them to really make profit in that part, in a part of the thing. They make all of their profit into the other part of the store where they get you to buy calculators and pillows and socks or whatever, right? So we go over to the grocery part, and I said, you know what? I am going to get some groceries in order to make a lunch. I am going to go and get some groceries so that I can make a lunch. I got some raisin bread, right? I went and got some turkey meat. I got the whole shebang, right? So we go in there and we do some shopping. And what I found is that it's not as expensive as you guys try to make it out to be. It's not as expensive as you guys try to make it out to be. When we went shopping, I think that, well, if you remove the calculator from it, right, and we just got a bunch of stuff, right? My daughter wanted some strawberry milk and all of this other type of stuff. The lady on the TikTok yesterday said that she bought 8 items and she spent like $200 or $200 and something dollars. I said, what was she buying? People? She must have been buying in bulk from Sam's Club or Costco or something like that, right? No way. No way, because it was pretty cheap. I think my bill minus the calculator was like $50 or something like that. But my point is that if you go and you make your lunch and then you go and do a picnic or you do something free or you go out and you walk and you go bike riding down the DeQuinder Cut, that's where we go bike riding over here in Detroit. You go and do the river walk and you go and chill. You go and get you some waters. I don't understand why y'all got to why it's got to cost so much money in order for you to do the things that regular people do on a daily basis. Why is it costing y'all so much money? You can do stuff for free every day. It's free stuff to do every day. You can go to the park. You can literally go bike riding. You can go and have a picnic, go and make your lunch. You can go sightseeing to different places. You can be a tourist in your own city. Right? Go house watching. Man, that junk is fun. Or maybe it's just fun for me. I still do that today. I still go house hunting and then go house watching and go and see what it is that they building over there. Right? I don't understand. Yeah, basketball, walking, bike riding, going kicking it. I don't understand why y'all got to spend so much money just because you're going outside. That is weird to me. It's so weird. Yo, the Detroit Institute of Arts. Most people in Michigan. Shout out to all of my Michiganders that's in here watching this, all of my Detroiters. A lot of people don't understand that Detroit, Macomb, Wayne County, Oakland County, and Macomb County, which encompasses Detroit and then all of the Metro Detroit suburbs and all of the places around it, they've all, as a part of your taxes, they've all combined together to offer you a free membership at the Detroit Institute of Arts. You can go and see some of the greatest arts, literally some of the greatest displays of arts. It is a world-renowned, award-winning museum. And go to the Detroit Institute of Arts and do a photo shoot and go around and show an appreciation. And then that's where it is that I then started mentoring the young people in chess. So then they have these different events and then they have young people come in and they play chess and you can go and view all of these viewings and it's awesome. Go and look at the Detroit Institute of Art. Listen, if you take a chick to the museum, that is a phenomenal date. Show her appreciation for art. Take her to the Detroit Institute of Arts and it is a great date. Pack a lunch, and then go and do a picnic afterwards. Why is it so hard for y'all to continue to go outside and you got to spend so much money as a result of it? The most you're going to spend any money on is avocado. Go to a festival. It's always an event. It's always a festival that's outside for free. And then people be out there dancing and having a good time and all of this other type of stuff. Y'all so caught up in yourselves that y'all can't even open y'all minds to the possibilities of doing something fun outside of spending some money. No, you got to take her to the same old place. Don't y'all know that that's corny, taking a chick to Roof Chris? I got to take her to Benny Ha, where all of the ghetto hoes be. I got to take her to Roof Chris. Yo, that is boring. Same old, same old, same old, same old. Ain't no creativity in it. Ain't no fun in it. It's the same food. Benny High gonna get the hibachi rice. That is so stale. That is so corny. Go out to the Detroit Auto Show. Go and see a rock concert. Go and see a free concert. They be like $10 and $15 for you to get in and go and stand in line like you a teenager or some shit, and then go and jump and rock out to some dope ass band that you ain't never discovered before. That's what we did over in Pittsburgh. We walked around until we found this dope band. They wound up calling themselves the Knox Boys. We went and seen them at a dive bar. They was dope. They did a dope show. We wound up keeping in touch with them, and then I wound up purchasing their album off of iTunes and all. It's so much to do. Go and see all of the bridges over in Pittsburgh. It's a ton of bridges. They dope. They historic. Go to a baseball game. Sit in the top of the fucking bleachers and get a hot dog. It's going to cost you like $10 a ticket. It's $10 a ticket to go to a baseball game in the middle of the day. They have them at 1 o'clock. They have them at 6 o'clock. They have them at nighttime. They have them every single day. Here in Metro Detroit, fireworks go off on Friday nights when they win. Listen, tap in. I can give you 100 different ideas of the things that you can do that's going to be absolutely fun. It don't even matter if they win. You just out there singing, take me out to the ball game. Go and have some fun. Go and jump on a scooter and ride it around the city and all of this other type of stuff. Go on Grubhub. I mean, not Grubhub. what's the site where you get the cheap tickets? I don't remember what the name of it is. Y'all be so stale and so corny, and y'all so bougie and be broke at the same time. That is wild to me.
Stay home.
Hey fam, doing a little something different on the channel today. I wanted to talk about inflation when it comes to TikTok's reaction. I know I can make a lot of videos about this, and I can.
Jake says stop dating if you broke. No, I think that you can go out and have fun and date, because dating is not necessarily trying to court for attention. It's just having fun with different people because you need a plus one. Groupon. It's called Groupon. Go on Groupon and go and do something that's cheap as hell. Just go and do some dumb junk. Listen, do you know what the funnest dates is? Go out and do something that you know is going to be absolutely trash, but do it anyway so that you can laugh at it with a person and see how it is that they react to it. If they not stuck up, if they laugh as a result of it, if y'all just having fun because you laughing at the thing that y'all doing, you're going to have a ball. You're going to have a ball. I remember one time, me and Rita, we went to a basketball game and we got courtside seats. And we just went all the way up into the top just to see what it felt like to sit all the way up at the very, very, very top. And we in the nosebleeds, and we was just laughing and just having a good time. We sat there and let our seats sit empty, and then we went down there and we gave it to somebody else in order for them to have fun, because we just wanted to do something different. The fun is the people that goes. The fun is not the stuff that you necessarily do.
Talk about this, but it really is something very different to see so many other people's reactions to not only inflation, but just the price of living right now. I want to know what you guys think about some of the videos you're about to watch. I'll kind of break in and give a little commentary back and forth.
That's what I'm going to do next. Next city I go to that got a WNBA game, I'm going to go and buy the whole front row, and then I'm a troll. I know that shit can't cost no more than $78. Can't cost you no more than $78 for you to buy tickets to a front row at the WNBA game and troll. I promise to God I'm going to go ahead and do it.
But I wanted to know really what you think, and I want to get that conversation going. That first video that started out, I honestly have to agree with her. I feel like every time I leave the house, for me, it's not like a minimum of 3. It's more like a minimum of 100. I just said that to my husband. I'm like, every time I leave this house, it's like $100 is gone. I feel like $100 is $1 now. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. How are you surviving? And let us know any kind of frugal living tips or ways to kind of combat and get through this rough patch and rough time. I don't know how things are going to change or when things are going to change. But
is she doing a Chinese movie where is her lips synced up, or what it is that she's saying? I don't even like hearing what this chick got to say.
I wanted to know what you guys think in the comments below.
Move forward.
Inflation will remain sticky for a decade, and Gen Z and millennials are to blame, says Fortune magazine. It's our fault again. But wait, why is it our fault? Well, according to Fortune, it's because we're spending all our money on necessities. In other words, Gen Z and millennials are so broke that we're spending all our money on food and housing instead of luxury items. The main takeaway here is that inflation isn't going away anytime soon. But not to worry, the 1% have some advice for us peasants. Just don't eat! To save money, maybe you should skip breakfast.
Now, this woman can certainly skip a couple of breakfasts. This woman can definitely skip breakfast. I'm not even going to cap. Listen. You don't need to eat 3 times a day. You should probably skip breakfast. That's not necessarily a bad thing. All right. Also, on top of that, you do realize that this generation is the brokest generation of all of the generations before us. It's the brokest generation. Honestly, I think that the biggest problem is that y'all think that having fun it requires you to spend money, and it doesn't. She could skip a few meals. What do you mean? She got that Sarah Connor haircut too. She do got that Sarah Connor haircut. Shout out to Sarah Connor, the Terminator haircut.
Intermittent fasting, am I right? Come on, kids. Instead of spending your money on necessities like food, you should buy some junk to help me and my executive friends buy a new yacht. Instead of let them eat cake, it's don't let them eat eggs. Maybe we should just change the name of America to AmeriCorp, since we're just 5 companies in a trench coat pretending to be a country.
I want to know, do you think it is really... I definitely relate a lot to the millennials as well, but I just feel like...
Who is this?
Even in the last
lady
5 to
right
10
here?
years,
I don't really care
I
about
really
her.
do feel like
Where's
things
the
have
next lady?
changed. I thought...
American is making it right now because
from the looks of it, things are just going to hell.
This motherfucker look like Jason Statham. I feel like I'm about to be this guy is like an assassin. Who is this assassin on my screen right now? Now, why is he not in his own set for the Expendables? Oh yeah, I forgot. The actors is on strike, so Jason Statham right here, that has the lineup of an American patriot, is over here with his leather jacket and no collars, sitting here telling us about how it is that we supposed to spend our money. Okay, Jason Statham, tell us what it is that we need to know.
For example, if you want to rent an apartment, the landlord wants proof of income 3 times the rent. And out here in northern New Jersey, that means a 1-bedroom, you got to be making 30 to 50% more than the national average. The groceries have gone up like crazy. It's like, it seems like it keeps creeping up ever.
I don't like it when hitmen try to tell me what it is that I'm supposed to do with my money, but let's continue.
So slightly, but after 3-4 months, you feel like it's you feel the increase. Because
in Jersey, is that normal for them to actually, shout out to More Than Mellow and Krishan Humphrey. In Jersey, is it normal for you guys to have to deal with 3 months ahead of time rent? Because I have a theory as to why that is. So my theory is that during the rent moratorium, it was much more difficult to be able to get you motherfuckers out. And so as a result, what they did was they required you to give 3 months security deposit just in case it took them 3 months to be able to get you out, so that they're not losing a whole bunch of money as a result of trying to evict you, and you're going to tear up the property on your way out. I have a theory. See, the thing about capitalism and the thing about people is that they start to make adjustments when they see you not moving correctly. So as a result, if you decide, listen, if you want to blame it on people, then you have to blame it on all of the other people that rented before you, because they created the environment that you now have to subject yourself to. So as a result, if you decide that you want to rent, now you got to save up 3 months as a security deposit, because it's going to take you 3 months to be able to get you up out of there. That's a possibility. I don't know.
This year, I would be shopping for myself alone twice a week, and it would run me about $80 each trip. Now it's costing me like $125 to $140 per trip. And when I include...
That's cap, man. I just went to the grocery store and I got everything that I needed for like $60. I just went to the grocery store yesterday. I wanted to see, right? I said, let's go over to the grocery part. We don't just want to get a calculator. I want to go over to the grocery part. I went over to the grocery part, and it did not cost me a lot of money for me to be able to get, if it was just me by myself, to get food, to be able to feed myself for the rest of the week. That's because y'all think that y'all deserve to have avocado toast. Y'all get enough avocados for the week, right? Bananas is cheap. Noodles, ramen noodles is still cheap. Sloppy Joe's is cheap. Bread is cheap. It does not cost you. No, you got to get cinnamon swirl raisin bran. No, motherfucker. Start cooking from scratch. Lettuce still costs what it is. Y'all want to get the fruit that's already chopped up, that got the labor involved with it. No, if you go and get you a pineapple, go and get you some mangoes, go and get you some strawberries from scratch, it is not going to cost you a lot of money in order to get the main ingredients, and then you can go over there and cook it up. What did I miss? What did I miss? Nobody is willing to make the adjustments? Somebody said that's bad eating. Listen, beggars can't be choosy. Don't sit here and tell me about how stuff is overly expensive, but y'all buying all of these foods with preservatives in them. Y'all going getting DoorDash and getting this stuff delivered to you on a regular basis. Listen, that is not bad eating to go and get some fruits, fucking vegetables, go and get some bread, and if you want a snack, nigga, then you can go and get some noodles. We sitting here talking about what it's going to cost you. Oh, okay. So y'all got to go and get avocado toast. Avocado toast. It costs you a lot to get some bananas? It costs you a lot to go out and get you some. Somebody said noodles is bad for you. Well, y'all must ain't never been no starving college students. Oh, I get it. Your college student got to stop at Starbucks every day and get all of the drink with the ice in it all the time. Your college student is too good for noodles, oodles, and noodles. I got you. I get you. Okay, well then sit here and be struggling. Be on a struggle bus. Beans and rice. Beans and rice. Go ahead and get you some beans and rice then. Beans and rice. That's all you get. Keep on being in debt. Keep on running it up. Go ahead and get you some steak. Go ahead and get you some lobster. I know that y'all want to go over there and get the prepackaged food. Okay, do what the fuck you want to do then. You got to have avocado even though it's not even in season. Got to have your $5 Starbucks every single day. Okay, do your own thing then. You got it.
Include going out maybe once or twice a week to eat. My
dog, you know how many different ways you can make eggs? Yo, you can boil them, you can scramble them. Fuck, man. You can boil them and then put the boiled egg and chop it up and put it on your salad. I don't really understand. Are we that far removed? Are we that far removed? No, you got to go and get turkey bacon and all of this other shit. I get it. Y'all better than everybody else. Y'all a little sexier than everybody else. I get it. Go do your thing.
Total for food is coming out to be crazy. It's over $1,000. And I know it wasn't like that.
$1,000 a month on food by itself. Bullshit. Bullshit. I'm not going for it. You telling me this man by himself with nobody else involved is spending $1,000 a week in food? No way. No way. I think that all of these people on these apps be capping.
Growing up, it's gotten out of hand. But people are walking around like nothing's wrong. Everything is fine. Everything's dandy. But it won't be long before people are going to have to decide whether to pay the rent, pay the mortgage, or feed their families. And of course, people are going to choose to feed their families. And so, who knows what's going to happen? But I was at the mall the other day, and it was pretty packed. But there wasn't really that many people holding bags. It was just people hanging around window shopping, which doesn't mean squat. It just means people want to get out of their houses and hang around, maybe eat at the food court. And that the food court was popping, of course.
See, the food court is popping. Y'all going to go over there and spend a bunch of money on the overpriced food that's being prepared for you in the food court. You want some samgyeopsal and some General Tso chicken, and you're going to go and spend a bunch of money and spend $25 on a pizza, but then you're going to sit here and tell me that you can't go over to the grocery store and get the essentials that allow for you to be able to go and live and meal prep for the rest of the week. Come on, fam. Come on, fam. Y'all got the food court popping. Y'all want to go and get chrome heart jeans that cost $1,000 and $2,000 a piece. Listen, bro, most of the stuff that I wear, my t-shirt is $5. I wear a $5 t-shirt. I got a free hat. My only thing that costs me that I'm wearing that's on a regular basis is my jeans because I buy Levi's, right? The jeans that I rock is Levi's. Them cost like $70. If you get 2 pair, you can get like two for $100 or 2 for $110 or some shit like that, right? I'll never buy another pair of shoes because I have a whole lot of shoes already. A lot of y'all just out here just doing dumb stuff, man. I don't feel sorry for y'all. Y'all walk around, y'all got chains on, y'all buying stuff that don't appreciate over time. You over here drinking Starbucks every day. You a loyal customer. You a platinum member at Starbucks, and y'all out here doing whatever it is that you want to do. Everything that I rock is this hat. Look, I got a whole bunch of them. Shout out to my dogs, Bill and Nico, and People Love Good Quality. I got every color. I splurged at Disney World and got that hat. I got that color, that color. Y'all thought that this was a Trump hat. I got the red. Right? We going dark blue. Man, I got a whole collection of hats. All of this stuff is free. Most of the stuff that I wear is free. Most of the stuff I wear is free. I don't really understand where the discrepancy is. Why are y'all having so much trouble and hard time making adjustments? Stop going out and paying out for a bunch of stuff that you don't need. Go and do stuff for free. Read some motherfucking books. The internet is free. I tell y'all to jump on Fight Club and you ain't got to spend a bunch of money. What are y'all complaining about? I'm just so weird. I'm weirded out right now, bro.
But we're going to have to wait and see. I foresee a lot more shoplifting, a lot of stores going out of business because of that.
Shoplifting.
And there's going to be a lot of break-ins, a lot of cars being stolen, a lot of parts being stolen, wheels, catalytic converters.
This man is proposing theft and criminal activity. I knew this motherfucker was a hitman. He talking about stealing catalytic converters and theft and shoplifting. Man, y'all are so weak, man. This is the weakest generation of people that complain more and don't do nothing. That's not actually running the bag up and not actually contributing it to the thing. See, one thing about going through a recession, you learn, and being raised in the hood, you learn how to adjust. This dude is proposing criminal activity. You fucking hitman.
Happening, but it's gonna more and more people are gonna want to do it because they have no other way. More and more people are gonna turn to scamming and stealing and all that stuff because things have gotten so expensive. So we'll see. What's the solution? The only solution is for the banks and the Federal Reserve to forgive all debt. That's the only way. There's no other solution. Even if we took 20 nations to war and gave them money to buy from us, it still wouldn't help the situation.
So what the fuck am I hearing? Who are these armchair financial analysts that sitting here talking about the only way to solve for it is to forgive all debt? Don't you know that drives inflation up sky high? Don't you know that drives up the federal debt even more, and then inflation and the value of the dollar goes down significantly lower as a result of it? Don't you understand that literally plunges the economy into destruction, and now the value of the dollar is nil? What the fuck is... That's enough for me today. That's enough for one day. Enough for one day. This motherfucker is proposing scamming and stealing and taking people's catalytic converters off their cars and running up the insurance rates. Man, what is wrong with these people, bro? Honestly, I'm so confused. Let me read some of the super chats and then I'm going to get y'all out of here for the day, because I think we've had enough fun with these dummies. JC says, Biz Marquis said in the song, the vapors. She got the vapors. He said, when Swan tried to kick it, she always fessed talking about, baby, please, you work for UPS. Not anymore. Not anymore. Shout out to JC Incorporated. I appreciate you. Thank you, my friend, for continuing to hold me down. Red team going down. Oh, my God. Jay Woodfin is in the building. Jay Woodfin says, how are the unhoused people affording these tents? Ain't they like $100 to $200 a pop? Where are they getting them, Harpo? I don't know. I have no clue whatsoever, my dog. Shout out to Jay Woodfin out there giving some of the best advice. Make sure y'all subscribe to his channel. Aaron says, do bubble tea in museums on the free day dates? It's free every day here in Michigan. It's free every day, and there's people that be taking their wedding photos out there, and they be doing all of that. They be doing photo shoots and everything. Black Thought says, had to buy my daughter the same calculator. See? You feel my pain. You feel my pain, my friend. Aaron says, I was so mad when I bought the TI 83 in college, then found out none of my physics or math professors allowed us to use calculators. I was thinking when she said that, she said, we got to buy this particular calculator. I said, they ain't got no app for that? We can't use it. They're not going to let us use it. I said, oh, no. Oh, no. We're going to have to start embracing technology a little bit differently. You know what I'm saying? Aaron says, oh, no, we already got that one. Shout out to Aaron. Mr. Too Fresh says, Anton, Brittany Renner just assaulted Charleston White during the podcast. Yeah, I'm familiar with it. Listen, shout out to them. I hope they continue to do great things and create that entertainment that continues to keep them popping in the YouTube algorithm. And shout out to the people that continues to book them. Keep them people in your make sure you continue to pay them people to run that check up. More Than Mellow says did 137 hours in 2 weeks. Got a bonus and finished my degree in 6 months. It may rain on the just and the unjust, but I've endured with your help. Shout out to More Than Mellow and all of the bag chasers. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Chris Sean Humphreys just came through and dropped the fireball. I appreciate you on that front. Just 17 says, Anton, giving up courtside seats to laugh at how the poor watches games in the nosebleed is vicious behavior. No, I enjoy it because I used to go to the games and sit in the nosebleeds. That's the thing. It was just as fun sitting in the nosebleeds as it was sitting down there on the floor. Let me tell you about the floor, bro. When you go down to the floor, everybody know you. Everybody trying to get a flick with you. Everybody kicking it with you. And it's fun, don't get me wrong, but it take you 20 minutes just to get from your seats over into from the top of the thing. So when you walking down, you got to kick it with this person. You got to shake hands, kiss babies, flick it up with somebody that see you in the audience, which is cool. And I love meeting people, right? And then by the time you get to your seat, then your friends want to talk to you and you can't pay attention to the game. Then by that time, it's halftime. So you just chill because everybody going up there to get food. And then you come back down and then you go back up for the third quarter and then you come down for the fourth and then you hopefully can harass some players. When you up in the nosebleeds, you just sitting there having a good time, eating your nachos and having a great time. And all of the people around you got good energy and it's great style and all of that. Man, listen, I love it just as much. It's two different experiences, but it can be just as much fun if you got the right attitude to go along with it. I'm telling you. So I never shit on people that sit in the nosebleeds. I sit in the nosebleeds right now, just in the right spaces, just to have some fun. I have no problem. I have no pride. I'm going to have some fun no matter what it is that we do. You know what I'm saying? Having money don't necessarily mean that you got to spend it. It means that you understand the value of it. So that's what I lean on. So shout out to y'all, all right? Devastator says, facts, went on a date. We got some ice cream and she wanted to see that Barbie movie. Spent more than 35 buckos. 35 buckos. Shout out to Devastator. Jake Smooth Lifestyle says, I'm an over-the-road trucker from Mississippi and I was just in Jersey last week. Went to a Walmart and which wasn't that difference of a price. Shout out to you. I appreciate you, Jake Smooth, for the 20 ball. He telling y'all what's happening. Aaron says, is that the transporter giving money advice? Chris Chapman says, why you at the mall if you broke? Facts. There's a driving game called Lyft and even pay you real money for playing. Talk to him. Now y'all getting it. Y'all get it. Y'all understand what the move is. YFNL Bill says they can play in a car and record with an iPhone. And they be having an iPhone 14 Pro Max. Phone be more expensive than mine. And they have it financed. Talking about forgive all debt. Man, if you don't get up out of here with that. Brock says that's the Pass the Love offering. Thank you to my guy Brock. Brock, I appreciate you, bro. More Than Mellow says I drive an 89 Volvo 244 with the 5-year-old clothes. Let me tell you something. This afternoon, I'm going to be driving a 96 Impala SS. Whew. Black on black with the low miles. Shout out to Roland Museums. I appreciate y'all for shipping my car ASAP. Sent that wire over to them. They said, we sending your car ASAP. Then my guys, Bilderberg Boy says, I spend about $500 a month on groceries for 5 people, 2 of which are growing young boys that have 2 deep freezers and 2 fridges full of food. They don't know nothing about this life. They don't know nothing about what it is that we able to do. Levi Apparel says, hi, Anton is confessing to something on tape. Keep an eye on that dude. We need to call the FBI to make sure that this guy ain't out here doing some criminal activity. DJ Kane says, I got to send you more merch. Have a good one. Shout out to my dog, DJ Kane, down there in, I think we was in Dallas. Was we in Dallas? Shout out to DJ Kane, my guy. We went in Dallas and we shut that bitch down. DJ Kane was over there. Hey, DJ Kane gave me some good advice. Let me tell you what DJ Kane said to me. This is the honest to God truth. He's right here. I'm sitting in the booth. I go up to the DJ booth because I was giving him some props. I said, yo, you ran this shit. We shut the whole building down. We had a good time. That was Charleston White came through in Dallas for the Patreon meetup. So we had the Patreon meetup in Dallas. DJ Kane was on the ones and twos, and we was running it up, right? It was a great time, good energy, all vibes. Brought 2 girls with me, Rita and Q, and so we had a great time, right? I go up into the DJ booth, DJ Kane in there chilling. I said, "What up, Kane?" He said, "What up, Ton? I appreciate you for coming through," or whatever, so on and so forth. And then this little young girl, she was a little thick. Not thick like that, but thick in the right places, right? And she looked like she was about 21, 22 years old. She said, "Hey, Anton, what you do? What do you do? Why everybody over here for you?" I swear to God, DJ Kane to tell you, he right there. She said, "What do you do? What's your Instagram? Let me follow you. I want to DM you or whatever." I said, "Oh, okay." I said, "My name is Anton Daniels or whatever." So, I'm kicking it like I always do with all of my people. I said, "My name is Anton Daniels or whatever." She said, "I've been watching you. I've been paying attention to what's been going on. And, I think you dope. Can we exchange information so when you come back in Dallas, you know what I'm saying, we can link up or whatever like that?" I looked up at DJ Kane. Now, this was the first time that I ever met Kane. Shout out to Kane. I looked up at DJ Kane because she had her back to him, so she facing me. So I look over at DJ Kane. DJ Kane was behind her. DJ Kane said, I'm sorry, DJ Kane. I'm just gonna keep it real. You was my guy. Listen, you knew that I wasn't gonna do it anyway, but you didn't know how good I was. You know what I'm saying? You didn't know that I was gonna already diss her. Hey, DJ Kane did like this. He said, so she goes down, right? And she goes to kick it. I said, "Man, what is you doing?" He was like, "Dog, red flag. Don't do that, man. You know what I'm saying? She had your business all in the street." Yo, shout out to the bros. Shout out to the bros in the building looking out for the dudes. Hey, Kane said, "Yo, she gonna have your business all in the street. She young in the mind, bro. Don't do that." I said, "Kane, I wasn't fucking with her anyway, but still, man, I appreciate you for looking out for your boy." Flat out, that is a fact. That is 100% fact. Kane was like, "Yo, I got you, fam. I'm gonna look out for you, and I'm gonna send you some merch on the way out." You know what I'm saying? So Kane was out here making sure that your boy was not fumbling the bag, even though, I was on top of it anyway. But Kane was definitely in my corner, and he was looking out for your boy. He said, "That one is a red flag. Don't do that when she gonna have your business all in the streets, fam." I said, "I got you, Kane. Don't worry about it, dog. We on top of it." Shout out to DJ Kane. It's Cayne. See, look at Sandy being messy. Sandy is being messy over there talking about you gave her your email, huh? She can have my email if she wants to. Rita gonna be the one that answer the email. Oh, look at Dagger. Man, y'all over here being messy in the chat. Y'all are being messy in the chat. Shout out to the bag chasers and the Patreon members that came through, was showing your boy love over in Dallas. We're going to be doing it in DC next in October. Make sure that you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Let me read a couple more. Again, shout out to my dog DJ Kane in the building. Lifestyle enthusiasts in the building. Lifestyle enthusiast says, "Appreciate you, Big Unc. Talk to you soon." Appreciate you, Big Unc. Talk to you soon. Thank you for the 50 ball. You are making sure that we taken care of over here. You are my dog. You always look out for me. Aaron says, Spirit lost a class action lawsuit about their baggage. I am not familiar with that. Make sure that you send that to me. Send that to me, Aaron, because we need to review that and see what's happening over there on Spirit Airlines. Listen, bro. Listen. Make sure. Rita ain't worried about nothing. Ain't nothing happening with that. Rita is feeling 100% secure. She ain't never worried about a little hoe trying to come up on Time Dog. Ain't never worried about a little hoe come up on Time Dog. Rita ain't never been the jealous type. She said, "Anton, go ahead and take care of your business. I ain't worried about what you got going on. You coming home to me." That's a fact, though. Make sure that we tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Shout out to Teach Hanley. 30% off your first order plus a free gift. We love you guys. We appreciate you. and I need you to do me one more favor before we get up out of here. This is the wait. Let me say this. Before we got started with the show, I told y'all that I was gonna have y'all cracking up in a good mood, that we was gonna have some fun, that I was gonna motivate y'all, and y'all was gonna be leaving this live stream in a completely different mindset than when it is you came in here. Did I not? Sometimes it's at my own expense. Sometimes we get entertained based off of the things that we watch and we review. And other times we just have dope conversations that's realistic, but it's something that we can relate to. And we can use that as motivation to continue to push ourselves forward. I told y'all that y'all was going to be in a completely different mood when you came in than when you left. Bio 1656 says, would you ever do an interview with Young Ripper? I have no idea who that is. I have no idea who Young Ripper is. You're going to have to familiarize me with Young Ripper. Send me an email, AntonDaniels413@gmail.com, and we're going to be able to check that out. Listen, I love you guys. I appreciate you. I need you to do me one more favor before we get up out of here, all right? Make sure you share this with your family and friends, and every day you tune into the Millionaire Morning Show so that I can give you what you need, right? Because I pray every morning before I jump on this live stream. We have a lot of fun, but I pray every morning before I get on this live stream. And my prayer for you is that God gives you whatever it is that you need, whether it be through me or whether it be through something that you experience throughout your day, everything that you need in order to continue to push yourself to be the best version of yourself. Make sure that you guys tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. And ladies, get that Teach Hanley for your man if he haven't already done it for himself. I love y'all. I'm going to talk to y'all tomorrow.